The way that I feel about this area, I know is shared by most everyone. I grew up just a few neighborhoods away, right in this very area. So I grew up in the area that I now serve. There's not a street or an alley that I have not seen or walked on or rode my bike through or driven my car through. So I'm quite familiar with the people, the neighborhoods, the issues, and the culture. There's many neighborhoods that surround this park, and that's why Wyandotte Park serves a very important piece to community service here in this area. Back when Wyandotte had a swimming pool, I used to lifeguard at the pool. So this park is very special to me. I'm the Metro Council member, newly elected. I'm a part of that new freshman class that saw 8 new council members come in back in January. National Night Out. This is a big time community event for the Louisville Metro Police Department, and it's a way for the police to present themselves. It's a good night to take part in National Night Out.
How's it going?
How you doing? Stacy, how are you?
Yeah, nice to meet you.
And you live on Lynn's or
She lives on Taylor?
Taylor?
And Camden, yeah.
It's a good opportunity for me to interact with the people and hear what's on their minds, hear their concerns, whether it's a police or public safety matter. It might be a parks issue. It might be a neighborhood issue, but it's a great time for everybody, and I look forward to it. There's always the fundamental issues of public safety and also our infrastructure, vacant abandoned properties, litter, cleanliness. That's always a big one. Which brings me to Oakdale. How are you? I'm doing good.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Budget was a big concern. People voicing their concerns about what are we doing with the money we already have? How does this affect the services that we've come to expect? A lot of discussion on that. But most of the discussion and the calls and things that I've gotten have been about basic city services, public safety, and also the integrity of our neighborhoods. In 1989, I got a job with Otter Creek Park. I started there as their marketing director. I spent 13 years there. At the same time, a local alderman for this area was going through some changes and was looking for a new assistant. He got in touch with me, and that really, truly put me on the path that has led me here. So I've been here ever since merger began. Was a wonderful learning experience. Before, I was just the kid that grew up in the Taylor-Berry area. Now, as a legislative assistant, I got to see the workings of our legislative branch up close and personal. There was another opportunity for me to become the legislative assistant to Councilwoman Vicki Welch. Before you knew it, I looked around, and now I've spent 9 years with Vicki as an assistant, learning even more about City Hall and the way our legislative branch works. When I realized I had my 28 years in, I thought, well, okay, you know what? I'll go ahead and retire because I can. But I knew that I was too young to just stay at home and not do anything. I found out that Councilwoman Mary Ann Butler was not going to run for re-election. I had to make a decision quick, and it was the right decision. I mean, it was perfect. It was absolutely perfect. With my institutional knowledge of City Hall, with my love and knowledge of this area, it only made sense. And I just have a passion for it. The people put their faith in me, and I'm so appreciative. The only thing that I ever really promised them is that I was going to do my best. Bob, good talking with you. I'll see you again. And I'm so glad that you called the office. We got a lot going on in this area. The improvements to Wyandotte Park, we've pretty much completed those, but we are now going to add on a few more projects, another phase. Right here across the street, we have a serious public safety issue. Mary Ann Butler's office had already started laying the groundwork on working with the state highway on getting a traffic light right here, right by Wyandotte Park. We need a traffic light there. And we're going to see that through, so hopefully that'll come to fruition very, very soon. I'm anxious to hear how the neighbors feel about any of the issues. So I want to be their voice, but also I want to be their cheerleader. When I go to a neighborhood association, they talk about some of the unpleasant things that are going on. I mean, it's not always pretty, but it's so good to see a neighborhood association gather together and bring it all to the table. I want to help people have those conversations. I want them to include me in their conversations. I want to be their advocate, I want to be their voice, but I also want to be their cheerleader. I'm going to do that the best way I know how.